Ho ho, baby, this is music to my ears. Look at that. Palantir stock went up another 3.2% on the day. And just as Power Hour started, it looks like we hit over $26 per share. You heard that right, baby. $26 per share. And we closed at what? $25.82. So we're going to do an update on the charts here, my thoughts, and later in the video, we'll break down the indexes and maybe some other stocks that I'm looking at. So smash the like button, make sure to subscribe, and guys, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. Just use that link down below, the QR code right here, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your money, guys. And with that being said, let's dive right into the video. So again, Palantir just keeps on moving and grooving, baby, up another 3% on the day after going up over 5%. I think at one point, maybe we closed up over 6% yesterday. I forget. Either way, the fact that we built on top of those gains from yesterday, that's a phenomenal sign for the bulls, and a sign that yesterday's move was not a fluke, right? It was not a fluke. And by the way, if you guys saw what happened yesterday, Palantir got coverage initiated by Argus, a firm, an analyst at Argus, I forget his name, but they initiated a buy rating with a $29 price target, and that sent the stock up a ton yesterday, breaking resistances, and today we did the exact same thing, taking out the highs from yesterday, continuing the gains, and, well, breaking out of some key levels. Now in the past 2 days alone, PLTR is up over 12%, pushing almost 13% in the green. And on this 10-day chart, you guys can see, man, this is looking beautiful, right? We're above the moving averages, holding the uptrend. We have a golden cross. And on the 20-day chart, you guys can see pretty much the same thing. And now we're up essentially in June alone from $20.50 to $26. This stock is cruising this month, guys. Month to date, pretty much, we're up 25%. Up over $5 per share. And by the way, I'm curious, do you guys own Palantir? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure a lot of you guys own it as well, so let me know. Do you own shares? Do you own options? And I kind of wish I pulled the trigger on those options now that I'm thinking about it. You guys probably remember about a week or two ago, and of course, it is what it is. Hindsight's 2020, right? But a week or two ago, we were talking about the $22.50, I think the $23 calls that expired a couple weeks out. I didn't pull the trigger on those, but man, I regret it. I wish I did, because that move would have been killer, man. But hey, I have shares, so I'm happy about that. I know some people that were hating on me for buying Palantir at 20, that were saying you're an idiot, Stas. You shouldn't buy shares. So yeah, I'm grateful I did, man, because here we are. Here we are up to 26 bucks. And of course, this is a long-term position I'm planning on holding for a while here. But you got to celebrate the short-term wins, right? And I told you guys about, what, a week ago, a couple of videos ago, that this year, 2024, I think Palantir is going to 30 bucks, and it looks like that might be happening sooner rather than later, right? So at this point, if I pull up the 4-hour time frame, now this is looking really good, right? We talked about how back in when was this? November into February, we saw a nice period of selling from around 20 bucks down to about 15. Then we saw a huge rip to 27, and throughout March into really the end of May, we sold off a good chunk, very similar to this sell-off period here, and now we're starting to get this breakout, similar to what we saw around this period back in February when the company reported earnings and it took off, right? So this is really good. And imagine if the next earnings quarter or the next quarter comes around for earnings and they crush earnings on top of the gains we're seeing here. This might be going through 30 bucks, maybe the next quarter. I'm not saying for sure, obviously. We're hypothetically speaking here, but yeah, this is looking really good. And of course, guys, that actually goes both ways. To play devil's advocate, maybe if we get too hot heading into earnings, The earnings aren't as great. Maybe the stock sells off, but I have a feeling their earnings coming up are going to be strong. But who knows? I could be wrong, guys. We'll talk more about the earnings as we get closer and closer to them. But yeah, as of now, we're looking really good, man. Looking really good. And we're slowly starting to break out of those highs from the earnings the last go around a couple of weeks ago, which the main high was at about 25 bucks. I know we got to about 26.50. We hit that momentarily, so I guess that is the next main resistance. But ultimately, if it's able to get out of there, guys, the next resistance is $27.50, which I'm sure you guys know that is the spot that we hit back in, when was that? Early middle March. So if that were to break, then that $30 target will be next, which ultimately that's where I see this thing going. And look, if I pull up this 3-year chart, it looks like Palantir was at 29 bucks back in September of 2021, which was what, almost 3 years ago now? That's insane. So, yep, this has been crushing it. The 3-year chart looks really good. Again, the next main level is 26.50, followed by 27.50, followed by 29.30. That's another big resistance. Then if that were to break, 30 plus, right around the corner, that's where we're going, in my opinion. Call me crazy. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys smash that like button, by the way. Run the likes up. Let's try and get at least 150 likes on this video. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're trying to get the 50,000 subs this year, guys. And you guys might as well check out the Patreon. Why not? Shameless plug. We post all the portfolio updates there, charts and ideas throughout the week, all of that good stuff. Link down below on Patreon. So yeah, this crushed it today. The indexes crushed it. We had SPY go up. Well, maybe not crushed it, but they had a green day. All-time highs were hit. Looks like SPY hit 548.64, up 0.25%. Triple Q also hit an all-time high, hitting about 486, almost 487 there, up barely on the day, but still all-time high was hit. And we had the Dow Jones up around 0.2%, 60-point green day for the Dow, not bad, as the Russell went up around 3 points. Nothing crazy, but again, all-time highs were hit. We saw green across the board, and you can't complain. You can't complain, guys. These markets are on fire, right? And when it comes to some other movers today, very quickly, Chewy ended up moving. CHWY ended up breaking out, which is huge. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago when it was at about 16 bucks. Earnings came out, they ripped to 21, filled the gap to 25. Now we're breaking out to 26, 27 bucks. This is nuts. It looks like Chewy is now trying to fill the gap maybe to $30 per share. That could be in the cards in the short term. It looks like ARM Holdings keeps on trucking along, guys, breaking out. Looks like we just hit a fresh high on this 4-hour time frame, which I believe is an all-time high. Yeah, 177 bucks is an all-time high on ARM Holdings. What a move today, guys. What a move over the last couple of weeks, for that matter. And AMD ended up going down, which I don't mind. I started buying the stock yesterday. I'm looking to buy more AMD in the near-term future here, as I think it is a good value for what the business brings. Maybe I'll do another video on that in and of itself. But yeah, that's a quick update, guys, on Palantir, the market, some other stocks that I'm looking at. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. Just use that link down below, the QR code right here, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your money, guys. And with that being said, I'll see you later.